when we now look, where are we now? We can in a way say we reach module 4. And what's the specific about module 4 in our sequence, which is a sequence of 8 modules? Then number 4 is what? When I say that's the middle, why? You can just, when you look musically, then you have the tones to the octave. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the octave somehow is the rounding off of everything. Yeah, it's coming back to where it started. And then when you see, okay, 1 and 8 are together, then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 4 is the middle. And also what we did when we were just with our exercises, the first week, the body scan and the R and the grounding, despite of being so open, in a way it was about growing roots, yeah, building grounds. And then when we were dealing with the perfectionism, out of feeling for the harmony which is possible, it has in a way a lot to do with our intuitive capacities, yeah, which is sometimes in German said as belly feeling or things like this. Yeah, yeah, there lives a lot of our creative potential there. And last week, when you look at the solar plexus, it's in a little bit the middle of the body. You can say on one hand we are grounded, and on the other hand we are, or we have beings on the earth, and we are spiritual beings. Then you notice a little bit, we go through different levels of our body, and then today we reach the heart level. And the heart level is a sort of transitory level. Huh? What will follow is more listening into what lives in us. The weeks before we were dealing with, yeah, do we feel our body? Do we feel grounded? And then what's living in, how harmonious is our surrounding? What is needed to be fulfilling, yeah? And sure, it was what lives in me, but it drew me into what is there. And there's many possibilities, and they were calling me, huh? And I was responding to them. Or maybe I was inventing them, but then they were out as things, and I was responding. And in the 5, 6, 7, we will learn much more to listen to our inner voice, yeah? To hear this inner voice. And the heart has both. It connects us with the world from out our inner sphere of love. But through this, it's also a very demanding level we have reached, because there lives such a lot of love in us. But when our love is not understood, we can become quite furious. Some of us, me, some people I know, yeah. If you or you, so the emotional level, yeah, the compassion, yeah, that is the theme of the heart also. And then you're highly sensitive, you carry a volcano in you, which can create damage around you and which can also turn against you, yeah, in different ways. So how do we deal with this richness of our feelings is the theme. And feelings can very easily lead to judgments. And when you have this capacity as a high sensitive person, that you feel what's going on out there, you really perceive things, yeah? You often don't leave it at this, but just in order to orientate yourself, you must judge it, yeah? And then you put judgment on things which other people might not feel adequate. And you felt something, but is your judgment right? And on the other hand, because you feel such a lot and you perceive such a lot and connected with yourself, you take a lot in. And suddenly you have a lot of judgment and criteria in you, where you don't know, I'm not sure, are they my own judgments or did I just inherit them from somewhere? And that's the context in which we move forward this week, the richness of our soul, yeah, which wants to connect to the world. And gets trapped from time to time, and the invitation is you observe it. We observe it. And we do not judge ourselves, we just observe what's going on. But we also have to try to bring change about, to free us, to help us to feel better. And there we have 3 suggestions as exercises. And the first one is that you will experience pressing situations from time to time. Pressing can be with different things, people being very unfriendly with you, or you just don't feel well and don't know what to say, things like this. So pressing situations. And then we invite you that for a short moment, you just leave the stage for a minute or 2. So, oh, I have to go to the toilet, or I have to do some washing up, whatever. And then you go, you leave the situation where you do not feel well, or where you cannot act adequately, or where you become emotional. And then you just start connecting with your body, with your breath. Feel your feet on the ground, and notice how this creates uprightness. Yeah, maybe feel your heartbeat, feel your hands. Yeah, feel your skin, whatever. Breathing, I've mentioned, I think. Yeah, or just feel yourself as a bodily being. And everything else can disappear and then go back into the situation. And then see what happens. Maybe it just continues as it was. Something changes outwardly, or just how you feel yourself in the situation changes. Yeah, that's the first invitation to experiment with. The second is when you encounter chaos, pain, rejection, things which really you cannot deal with or which hurt you, then that you cannot help yourself, you cannot go out, it's just helpless. In the evening, in the afternoon, the same day, or whatever time suits you, take a few minutes to look back at the situation and then try to do it in a way systematically. Yeah, not as a part again, you play through it and you act it again and suffer from it again, but you do it just through a sort of order of questions. And you find them in the lessons in the online course, yeah, under exercises. And there, I have it here, just the questions are, you just start, what was it actually about? What did we fight about? Sometimes you forget about it, yeah? And then you have 2 parties, maybe which party wanted what were their objectives, yeah? And then what kind of thoughts and moods did you bring into the discussion? Do you remember them? Yeah. Just do I remember what I brought into it? Yeah. And then just look, was there enough time for encounter, or was the time short? And that's, yeah. Or did you have brought a lot of judgments into the conversation? Yeah. Or were you very sensitive to something? Yeah. Where did you react to and how? Just try to recollect it. And don't forget that you can also ask yourself, were there questions? Did the other person ever ask me a question? Or was it just telling me something off? And did I ask a question? What? Just make a collection of observations, yeah? Or how did you deal, both of you, or all involved, deal with intimacy and a distance, yeah? Did we talk like this, leaning forward, or with a sort of respect, and just did disagreed? How did we deal with this need? We have, yeah? Would it have been possible to be more careful, or how was this balance of giving and taking? That's the second invitation, that you sit down and just try to go through a sort of different kind of questions to look at it. And then let go again, and it will not change the situation, but what does it do to you, and how do you move through the next day? Just in different settings. And the third invitation is the protective meditation. And there's also a video where you can see a suggestion how to do it. And the meditation is very simple. It says, the outer sphere of my aura condenses. Yeah. It surrounds me with an impenetrable, or as an impenetrable vessel. Yeah. And then just to the G again, against all unpure and unfair thoughts and feelings. Verify this sphere. And then very tenderly turn your hands like a key, and then say, it opens only for divine wisdom. So you do an open gesture, but then the shelter is still there, and only the things which are really so fine that they can penetrate, only things which do me good, are allowed to enter. Yeah, divine wisdom. And for me, divine wisdom is not just coming from above. Divine wisdom mostly works in things which are difficult, where we break things down, and wisdom somehow is active to still make something out of it, where we think, yeah, we human beings cannot repair it, but there is a word which still tries to make something of it. And with this quality of bringing the good, yeah, we want to connect. That's the invitation for, yeah, what you could do to be busy in a way that the sphere of the heart can unfold without directly unfolding it. Yeah? Good. Withdraw from pressing situations. Look back at chaotic, painful situations. Do the protective meditation. And if you want, accompany it with eurythmy exercises. And I invite you to join those of you who want. And when we reach the realm of the heart, there's a sound which corresponds to it, and it will become clearer after a while, and that is the E. Yeah? This E is not just a heart gesture, it is about meeting. It is about crossing borders. May I enter? Yeah? And don't stop at the surface. Yeah? And the S is the consonant which goes to it. E, Mars, S, Scorpio, and Mars and Scorpio are, yeah, Scorpio, you can say, is the house, yeah, of Mars, or Mars, the ruler of Scorpio. That's the connection behind what I showed you now. I invite you to take a little bit of time to arrive at yourself, at the sphere of your heart. Listen to your heart, and then let this realm grow, and allow your body to follow this growth of joy, and then let it flow down into your legs, through your legs, into the earth. And notice it comes back and fills your heart and makes you upright. And let go. So when we do the S gesture, I want to show you one principle of the S, which I find important. In the video, you will find something else. And when you say S belongs to Scorpio, then Scorpio is the one with the sting. Huh? It likes hurting. Maybe you just have your fingers here, and then you feel like a sting, and you really try to tease someone. Wow, yeah. But why are you trying to tease somebody? Because you want to know how this person reacts. And nothing more beautiful if this person knows how to react adequately. And I admire him. Wow. So, and now don't do it so hard now. Just use your fingertips. That with your fingertips, you touch a surface. Yeah. And then change into your, and there's a first stop, a surface. But the S Scorpio does not stop at the surface. It wants to go deeper. Yeah. And just this, maybe with the other hand, one more, just this, you cross a border. Yeah. Here. There, there's a stop. And I do not accept the stops. I go further. Yeah. Difficult students or pupils, what do they want? They admire a teacher who knows how to handle them. Yeah? That's what they want by being so naughty. And when S is now crossing borders, then let's do the S gesture of Eurythmy, which is just, for those who do not write, don't write S differently. In the Western world, you do two bows, yeah? To do like a snail, to do one curve with one, yeah? Followed by a second curve. That's an S. Huh? And then maybe you can even cross a little bit to the other side. And enjoy the sting of Scorpio. Yeah? Can be very gentle and friendly, but it's a force behind. S, 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 and Scorpio. And when you feel the sting of Scorpio, you can maybe notice on the other side, inner uprightness comes up. And now S is constantly crossing borders. When you now go up, just feel in your body, you cross from, in my case, right to left. First crossing. You cross from above into the below. Yeah, you cross your diaphragm. And then in a way, you cross from the outside to the inside. On the search for the essential. Yeah, what is it all about? That's the quest also behind our week. S, S, S. When you do it with both hands, and I like to start to go inside, yeah? You can do it the other way around, but that makes a lot of sense to start like this. Do it like a question, like a question. Crossing. Listen into it. Cross. Listen into this crossing. And listen into this crossing. Experience stillness, quiet, space, and let go. Breathe. And maybe you have noticed all these crossings were already a lot of A gestures. Yeah. So when we now do a classical A gesture, And we just do it with one arm first, that you use your fingertips to feel into the space, into the light around you. And then you use your hands and fingers to invite the light to come along. And then you use your heart forces, and you stop here, but you start sending it into the other side. And through your hands, you somehow ray it into the top corner, of my room here. Then you have the Scorpio gesture again, but you have this crossing of the E. You bring something from the other side to the other one. One side to the other. So you go out and you invite it to come along, and then I now send left into right. And that's a principle to create strength, a plus and minus, all these things, male and woman, men and women, in so many levels, we try to bring these polar forces together. So when we feel into both sides, wow, great, and we invite it, come, come, come. And then we just send the one side into the other and ray through. Wow. And maybe you notice that touching, when hands touch, makes a lot of sense. And just let go again. Because what is behind the touching, when I say bringing one polarity to the other, you don't only have to do it left, right, you can also say the outer and the inner meet. So you have one arm out, the other in here, so the force of your heart. And then you let the inner grow and the other come in. And where they meet, it's a meeting, not a fighting, It's the border of your garden and your fence, and you have a chat with your neighbor or a discussion with your neighbor, And that's the meeting. And when you do this, once again, that you bring this in, and then you make your one arm feel the other, you can tell yourself that's just an outer picture, and what happens in my lower arms happens in my body, in myself. And actually the meeting takes place here. And when I feel this, then inner uprightness comes about by itself. And the breath reacts, and you can let go. So you can go out, enjoy the world out there, and just collect and create. And then you have a strong gesture of protection. But as you've just noticed, this protection is only valid if the inner growth really takes place. Then people believe that this border is valid. And then you can even leave it away and just feel it. But you feel the crossing, you feel the meeting with yourself. And this uprightness out of the E is the actual protection that someone does not dare to, or does not feel, make fun of you. But yes, I feel you are authentic. Now, when you do the same and you go out and you bring it in and you create the crossing, you can still go a step further and then turn the hands gently and bring this meeting together with the inner meeting. And then very often you hear this is the E. Okay, I do this, just go out. I come in, and it's an E because my arms cross. But it's much more powerful when you feel what's happening, because you have the crossing here. And then I told you an A is meeting. So something is coming in to land on me. Is this the only thing what is happening? Or when this comes, my inner comes out, and this kind of crossing takes place. It's an A. Just try again. Bring your arms together. And now when it comes in, feel something in you feels invited to come out. Yeah? Wow. And then you really connect with what is there in reference. Yeah? It's not, I feel so humble, but I feel a reference. I approach you and I'm in contact with you because I'm coming out actually. But deeply touched and moved. You. And this is something around the E gesture, which you have nicely in nice portions in the videos if you want to. Or you pick something out of what I showed you. Let's now do the E also with, or something with the legs. Because the heart is an organ which is less as the lungs outward orientated. It feels into our blood, it feels into the body. And from this love we discover, we go into the world. That's our motivation. And when you now stand upright, and you do this starting exercise, I take a little bit of time to arrive at myself. You feel the heart sphere. You let it flow over. You receive it in your depth. It makes you upright. You feel your heart anew, but your legs also. And then I invite you to cross one leg. I take my right one, but you can take the leg one over the other. And I try to keep my hips a little bit forward. Yeah? And I place my feet in a way that it feels good. And now I try again that as my arms did, that my legs touch. And this touching of my lower legs somehow also reflects in my whole being and makes me up. But I'm only feeling my legs and they're crossing. And I come back. And breathe. And I invite you that we build something with it. Now, for this reason, we now do it the other way around. I take my left leg. I cross it over my right leg. I correct my hips a little bit because I want to stay connected with you, with the world in your case. And then again, I just press my legs slightly and make them, let my stem grow. And I release. I breathe, feel good. And now I do it behind. I take the first leg, cross it behind. Hips stay straight. I feel the crossing. It makes me up. And I enjoy what it's doing in my upper body. I come back. And the last element is I do it with the other leg, also behind. Yeah? And I take time to feel the connection, the becoming one of the legs, the crossing, and what it does to me. And then I come back, breathe, relax, and now I invite you to a sort of meditative part of it, that you stand and you remember I did those 4 steps and columns, and maybe you just feel, where have I been standing? I was standing right in the front, left in the front, right behind, left behind. And just feel these columns which you have created. They are still there. like a house in which you are protected, like your guardians or guards. Feel safe. Or feel forces which deliver a feeling of safety. That's the meditation. Great. And breathe. And out of your house. But maybe it comes with you. And it's again there. That would be good. And now we do another something with the legs, and you can stay standing or just sit down for 1 minute to just relax your legs. I just show you a short presentation, because the 5-pointed star is a symbol for the human being, and truth is also a symbol for our heart. And one of the key features is that you can draw like other stars also, but without stopping. And it looks like a figure similar to a human being with head, arms, and feet. And when you just imagine you want to draw it, then you can go from your head to the right foot. If you imagine this star looks at you, to your left arm, to your right arm, to your left foot, and back to your head. You can also do it the other way around. I've just chosen this version. When you want to do it walking, you must somehow lie this 5-pointed star on the grounds. And then the imagination is, it's not the upside down, it's I'm lying on the beach, my feet showing towards, looking towards the sea, enjoying the fresh air of the sea, the smell of the salty water. And the arms enjoy the left and right, enjoy the warmth of the sand and receive the sun. And the head listens to the music and the playing children. The ice cream coffee shops behind you. That's the picture. And then when you want to walk it, then you stand now at the head, go to the right foot, left arm, cross over to the right arm, forward to the left foot, back to the head. And then you ask yourself, what makes it so typically human? And I say, one element is you are never in the middle. You are either right or left. And only at the very end, you reach the middle where you have started. So when we do it again, to go to the right. And the invitation is that we always look forward. Then we experience, okay, now I'm right. And then I still look forward and walk into my left. I cross over into my right. I cross forward into my left. And then I come back into my center. And from there, I notice I always, despite of being one-sided, was part of a totality. And I would like to invite you that we simply walk it, because it touches already the sphere where we want to reach at the next weeks. Because our inner sphere, our soul, we often associate with our upper system. But in a way, it will be born through our lower system. And that we just notice our will life, carries us. Our will brings our soul forward. So just stand, imagine this 5-pointed star in front of you. And then let's walk it with 3 small steps, just that you have enough space. And I take the foot the direction I want to go to. So in my case, it's the right foot I start with. 1, 2, 3. And now do not close the leg. Just stand in your right column. And then very gentle, like a dust sweeper, bring everything which is there close to you and collect it. Then go to the left. 1, 2, 3. And then again, collect what is there. Not just on the floor, but between your legs. And then let it grow. To the right. 1, 2, 3, and just feel this beautiful sphere, and it's so tender and soft. Yeah? Like a riddle, what lives in there? And then left, forward, 1, 2, 3. The practice is to open the inner ear to what am I doing here? And then backwards, yeah? 1 to where you started, 2, 3, and again. Collect, receive, and be. And to finish, I just want to come back to this movement, the heart movement of expansion and coming together, connected with the A. So just have your hands in front of your heart and slowly open it up to the world, the beauty of the world. Yeah. And then come back to your center and create this A gesture, just an A which makes you aware of your own inner being. I feel myself, yeah, within myself. Something like this. And I connected with a poem by Christian Morgenstern. My love is as great as the world is wide. It holds and embraces all things. As the sun gives its light and its warmth to the world. My love, its abundance brings. There is no grass, there is no stone. That my love is not within. There is no breeze, no streamlet small, wherein she does not live. There is no creature, no aunt, no man, wherein my heart can't live. To whom it is not lost. My love is as wide as this soul of mine, all things resting. They all comprise myself. And all is within me. And then breathe. Quietly sit down. Relax. When you now feel into your body, what's the experience of the relationship of light and warmth? Are you closer to warmth, more filled with warmth? Not physical warmth, just feeling of warmth. Or more light. If it's more warmth, where's the light? If it's more light, where's the warmth? Take time to feel. Search for it. Your breathing, do you feel more qualities of weaving and breathing within your chest, body, shoulders? Or do you feel more the wings unfolding into the beauty of the surroundings and come back? What is the first perception? Both is valid, both is there. But what do you experience first? Your lower body, the lower belly. How does it feel compared to your upper belly and compared to the realm of your chest? Your feet, how do they rest on the floor? The calves. In what way do you feel them? Your thighs. And your neck, is it long or short in your experience? And when you now look at your heart, soul-wise, how does your heart feel to be in this environment? Just ask it. Does it feel good to be here, to be home? Do I feel at home? And leave it open to what comes. And to continue, consciously start traveling on the heart level. Yeah, that's the invitation, the transition, what we are doing. There's a lot to do with the outer struggle again. Yeah, we were struggling through 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, but we have arrived at the heart level. And it's up to you in what moments you are more aware of that you entangle yourself emotionally in what's going on, or you feel more, wow, this world of wonder, yeah, living in you. And the invitation is that this week you start experimenting, or not experimenting, doing these exercises and gathering experiences, again, more through perception than through, I have to change things. And then the invitation is that you consciously practice doing nothing, or not practicing. You practice not practicing. Yeah. So because you will notice the path we walk here, this method of working with high sensitivity is about creating space, inner space, and this becomes more and more important. And so even if you say, okay, the body, the life body, the life forces, they like to be trained and so on. Yes, and they grow through regularly watering the plant and so on. But when you say, yes, that's right, but I do not make myself dependent on it. I don't have to become better, yeah? Then it's also something very worthwhile. You are free to decide how you do it, and that you don't say, oh, now I have a week free, now I can do all the exercises I have not been doing. Or if you dare to say, I have a week free after this week. Okay, I leave it to you to discuss it in your group. Have a lot of joy meeting again, and I see you again in 2 weeks' time.